Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for this week of November 2nd. Happy birthday to my early Scorpios back in late October and all of this month. It's my birthday month too, guys. The energy was so intense with this full moon, and we do have that new moon in Scorpio on the 15th. So much release to let in so much good energy. So just make sure that you guys take the time, especially being a sit with, not identify with, but sit with what comes up so that it can be released so you can make space for the need to come. Now, I do apologize for the lighting. I am doing this in the evening, so it's artificial light, so not the best. But bear with me, guys. Now, this is for Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising. So please be sure to check all three, guys, not just your sun sign. And if you're not sure what that is, there's a free astrological calculator down below. If this is your first time watching me, thank you so much. If this serves you, if this resonates with you in some way, please like, subscribe, or share. I really do appreciate it. All right, Scorpio, let's get into it. Let's see what this week holds for you and what guidance comes through. Let's just all sit down and ground really quickly. Let's get started. Okay, Scorpio. Scorpio. Ooh, it's looking good, guys. Real good. I'm just going to get clarity here really quick. Okay. Pretty straightforward, but a good week, guys. We have the Epiphany card, the Page of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. The clarity is the Five of Wands and the Lovers. The Divine Guidance card, the Sun, the Two of Wands, Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, and the World. This is a great week, Scorpio. First, I was like, oh no, it looks good. Now, starting right out the gate, the Epiphany card is what leads the way. And this is a major arcana, guys. The Epiphany card is the card of the spiritual teacher. It's someone who's gone through the experience, processed the reasons, embodied it, and now can move to the next step wiser than before and can be a light for other people. So this week, the universe is saying, hey, walk your talk. You have the tools. You have the consciousness, the awareness. You know what is coming. There's no excuse for unhealthy behavior, old patterns and cycles. You have too much awareness, but this is a good thing. Now we have the Page of Wands with the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Wands. Nines in numerology, they discuss completions of cycles. And this, I mean, we just had that full moon. So I do feel, Scorpios, you might be feeling some of this energy still as the week progresses. The first 3 days after full moon is still a dark moon. Now, this is about moving forward. There's a theme this week with relationships. In regards to relationships, can it be romantic? Yes, absolutely. But it can also be business partnerships. It can be other kinds of collaborations. Now, when I asked for the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Wands, there's going to be a little bit of stress, negative thinking, fearful thinking in regards to moving forward, pushing forward in the future. And the universe, this is why they started out with that spiritual teacher, because the universe says, you know that fear doesn't get anything. It's not real. 99.9% of the things you're stressed about aren't going to happen, but you are a creator, so you can create self-fulfilling prophecies. So you might find the beginning of this week, Scorpio, and I think I can even vouch for this to some degree, a little challenging in terms of staying determined with healthy mindsets, healthy approaches, healthy communication. The clarity card, or the clarity card for the Nine of Swords is the Five of Wands and the Lovers. This is about arguments, disagreements, verbal miscommunication. Are we not still a little bit in Mercury retrograde? So miscommunication, a little bit of verbal drama, lovers with your romantic partners, with people that you're dating, or even close family, anybody who's close to you. Again, that can be a collaborator in some form. Now, these arguments are unnecessary. Understand that the root of them is your fear. And I think this is what you need to recognize, Scorpio. Before you ask a question or pick up a conversation with your partner, whether romantic or platonic, ask yourself, am I asked this question because the root of it is fear and insecurity or anger? Or is it coming from a place of self-love, self-respect, and healthy communication? So think twice here. because you know, there's no way you don't know what you're doing because this is old. Now we have the divine guidance card. It would actually be wiser, Scorpio, to talk to an objective third party for any of your stress and concerns. Now you might tell me, Angelique, I feel I should be able to talk to my partner about these things. Yes, absolutely. However, sometimes bouncing it off an objective person might give you a different perspective, a different understanding, a different approach, or an aha moment. And when you have that, the conversation you're going to have is now a moot point, or it's not going to resonate the same way, or you're going to approach it differently. The divine guidance card is, and it could be a professional, it can be a therapist, it can be a life coach, a spiritual counselor, an elder of some form. But the universe is saying this mentorish like energy is here to help give you not just a third opinion, it's supposed to give you a different approach, because you know where your patterns are, you know where your cycles are, and you're done with them. But when we're confronted with the old emotion of fear, sometimes those tools, they don't feel as strong, and so you're fine. This week is a great week. So the beginning might be a bit challenging. We have the Sun, the Two of Wands, the Cups. It's going to be great, Scorpio. The Sun is a positive time from challenge. When you have the Page of Wands, it looks to me, Scorpio, that you're trying to move forward in some of your relationships, maybe in that awesome collaboration with a project. Maybe you had that partner and now you're ready for that next step. Let's move in together, or let's get engaged, or let's travel the world, whatever your next step is. And the thing is, when you have the Page of Wands, you have the passion and the excitement for it. However, Page of Wands doesn't know what lies ahead. It doesn't know the challenges or the pitfalls. Right. But that's okay. The Page of Wands doesn't care. It's like, I'll when I cross that bridge, when I get to it, I'll make it anyways. But Scorpio, your old fears might cause you to trip up. Don't sabotage it. Don't trip yourself before the journey even begins. The Sun said everything is going to be great. The Two of Wands is two people who learn how to communicate well together. They share the same lifelong goals, mission, vision, dreams. They're highly supportive of each other. And then you have it with the Ace of Cups. Now, the Ace of Cups can denote a new romantic relationship. In this particular spread, I really feel this can represent a home, moving in with somebody, but this can also represent a new emotional experience with someone. Now, if you are a single Scorpio out there, this does show relationships risings. And if you have anything coming up to the surface, any of these old fears, it's coming up to be released. So you can have healthier relationships, healthier communication, and move forward to new levels of commitment. You have the Two of Cups and the World card. The Two of Cups this is all soulmate energy. This is wonderful, Scorpio. I'm loving it. The Two of Cups is what two people are very committed to each other. But what I really love about the Two of Cups, the Two of Cups also represents positive, healthy conflict resolution. So it's learning how to communicate, learning how to compromise, learning how to find solutions, because it's two people dedicated to a mission, not two people against each other. And then you have the World card. The World card is when you've completed a cycle and now you're on to the next stage, next experience. Now, if you're a Scorpio and you're like, I'm not into romantic relationships, that's fine. The Two of Wands is also business collaborations, contracts, careers. But this definitely does involve another person and your ability to push forward confidently and to bring in that wisdom and that experience, and to recognize when your stress and your fear are going to try to get at you and cause problems and arguments. You might think, well, it's because of how I feel, but is it really, or is it your subconscious trying to sabotage something again? You know this awareness. I would highly suggest before you have certain conversations or react instead of respond, talk to an objective third person, because sometimes the solutions or the clarity can come from somebody you trust that way. This is an incredible week, Scorpio, and happy birthday to all of us, my birthday week, and happy birthday to all my beautiful Scorpios out there. If you like a more in-depth tarot session, a soul reading, a healing session, my link's down below. Otherwise, I will see you next week for next week's readings.